So, we are gathered here today to talk about the implications of an increasingly automated economy. What are the possible economic effects of automation on our economy? So first, the automation of the workplace is going to continue. We all know that. As machines get more and more intelligent, their encroachment into the service sector is going to become severe, and that as these robots, automation, whatever you want to call it, starts to gain more and more human-like intelligence, that the number of human jobs being created is going to decline. And obviously that's going to have an effect on the economy, but I want to think about it at a higher level as well. If you think about the universe, the whole universe right now, as far as we know, there is one intelligent species in the universe, and we are it. We have no credible evidence right now that there's more than one. And we are in the process of creating for ourselves this second intelligent species. This second intelligent species will be increasing in intelligence and will compete with us in the labor marketplace, and it's going to have effects. So, this is a straight line extrapolation. 1982, we had 300,000 operations per second. 2002, we have 1 billion. 2022, we probably have 1 trillion. I'm talking desktop computers in your home. And 2042, we reach a level where a $500 box has some kind of human-level intelligence. It might happen 5 years earlier, 5 years later, but there are two breakthroughs that are going to give it power that we know about: vision and natural language processing. So you're going to take and create those abilities as breakthroughs. They aren't here yet, we know that, but we know that they will occur at some point. And then we're going to drop those capabilities into bipedal robots that look like human beings. And so the scenario is you walk into McDonald's, and this attractive female walks up to you and looks at you and recognizes you and says, "Hi, Marshall Brain, you're back at McDonald's. How are you today?" And you interact with this thing, this person, and she knows everything about me. Every interaction I've ever had at McDonald's, she knows what I've ordered. She knows the name of my kids. She says, "So, did Irina have a soccer game this weekend? How'd that go?" And she remembers that. And not only that, but if I walk into the McDonald's in Topeka, Kansas, it'll be the same person with the same knowledge, the same interaction. So the potential that this second intelligent species gives to improve our lives and to make things like a visit to McDonald's better is high. It's going to be a good thing when this stuff arrives. But that's going to have an effect on the labor market. So we can easily imagine that at that level, the folks who work in the transportation sector are going to have a problem, because robots are going to be doing the truck driving and the FedEx delivery and things like that. Education will completely change, because I have 2 kids in kindergarten. They would much rather have Barney the purple dinosaur come bounding out to teach them than Mrs. Hardy or whoever is going to be teaching them tomorrow. Construction. If you have robots with vision and language processing and a human-like form, they can go build houses, they can lay brick and put on shingles and all that kind of stuff. Construction is going to completely automate, and so is retail. So you can imagine the robotic Walmart. Walmart is the largest employer in the country today. It's like 1.5 million employees or something like that. The jobs in a typical super Walmart, there might be 500 employees there. The jobs aren't that complicated. There are things like cashiering, putting stuff on shelves, sweeping the floor, getting the carts out of the parking lot and bringing them back, offering help, which doesn't work so well in Walmart right now. It actually will get better when robots can do that. So as soon as you have a bipedal robot that looks nice and can see and understand language, there's like 1 million jobs at Walmart that are going to evaporate. But it's not just Walmart. It's Walmart and it's Target, which will have to do it to compete, and Circuit City and Best Buy and Lowe's and Home Depot and Winn-Dixie and Kroger's. And you just think about, this is a massive part of our labor pool. This is a huge part of our economy. I don't know in the back if you'll be able to read this, but this is 2000 census data. This is the jobs by category in our economy at the 2000 census. And you look at some of these categories in the context of intelligent, visual, language processing robots, and you think, well, will that have an effect on construction? Yeah, it's going to take out the construction industry. We're going to replace all those folks with robots. That's 6.5 million jobs. Manufacturing, absolutely. We've already seen manufacturing get decimated with robots that just, pick and place and stuff like that. There's 16 million jobs left that can be taken over by robots. Wholesale and retail, yes. Any robot that can see and talk is going to be able to do the jobs at Walmart. That's 20 million jobs. Transportation and warehousing, that's truck drivers, that's forklift drivers, that's taxi drivers, that's the guy that drives the FedEx truck, all those folks. That's 3 million jobs. And, education's got another 2 million. We're talking about half the jobs in the economy right now we can easily imagine disappearing when you have a robot that can see and talk and just do some basic kind of stuff like detect where the shingle should go and nail it down. We're not talking about, the complex jobs. These are the simple jobs that we can easily imagine. In other words, they're going to be doing at least half of everything, and as we progress a little bit further, they'll probably be doing everything in the economy. Transportation, education, construction, retail, manufacturing, probably a lot of medicine. Lawyers, we pray, will get replaced by this stuff, and the price will go down and the quality should go up. We hope. Finance, that shouldn't be too hard to replace given recent history. So we have a lot of possibilities here. So what happens if you get displaced from the workforce now? What do we say? Well, you can always go get a job at Walmart. But you aren't going to be able to get a job at Walmart because Walmart's going to be shedding jobs as fast as it can with all these robots. So think back to what was happening in our history. You had, if you'll recall, and you flew on airplanes around that time, the kiosk movement in airports was occurring, where we were getting rid of ticket agents and replacing them with kiosks. We had automated checkout lines appearing in grocery stores for the first time. That's when they all started coming into grocery stores. We had about 1 million call center jobs evaporate from the United States and all move toward India. We had the web, which decided to make the concept of a travel agent obsolete. There aren't really any travel agents anymore. They were replaced by automation. So it's not going to be a happy day for tens of millions of people. That is sort of the economic effect. The other thing that's happening is productivity, because of automation, is going up. Are we getting any of the benefits of that productivity? It's all going up to the upper echelon. There's this concentration of wealth occurring. So what we see today is recessions getting more serious, lasting longer. The wealth is concentrating. Our pay is stagnating. The work week is lengthening. People are having to get 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet. And meanwhile, we are creating the second intelligent species that's going to just exacerbate this trend. So creating the second intelligent species should be creating the most wonderful thing that has ever happened to human beings. Finally, we're going to be released from scrubbing toilets and flipping burgers and driving trucks and all these mundane jobs, and we should all be able to go on perpetual vacation. The robots do all the work, and we sit back and enjoy it. Instead, because of the way the economy is structured right now, when these folks, the second intelligent species, arrives, it's going to have a devastating effect. So many unemployed people dumping into the marketplace. So we actually, and the thing I would like to encourage us to do is to think about how do we want to structure the economy, given that we know this is going to happen. There's no doubt that truck drivers will be out of jobs in pick a time frame. There's no doubt. Walmart workers, they're all going to be out of jobs. Construction workers, all of them. There's no doubt that's going to happen. So are we going to let it happen, or are we going to restructure the economy so that we can all go on perpetual vacation. And I think we should. We should redesign the way the economy works so that we all get the benefits of all this automation. So, how might you do that? You would spread the benefits of productivity increases to everyone. You would not let it all flow up to the CEO who's making $500 million a year or whatever ridiculous number they make. You would spread it out to everyone. You would break that concentration of wealth. You would increase pay for everybody. You would start reducing the work week. You would actually say, hey, this 40-hour work week, we've had it forever. Let's make it 35, then 30, then 20, until we're all on perpetual vacation. So, I have a red light that's blinking. For more information, you can come to marshallbrain.com and read these articles. Thank you. Oh.